All right, Galvin, back to the list.
So Ranker.com, people are voting on what comedies they think are the best of all time. Okay, so comedy movies, best of all time. I have the top 20 here. Obviously, this is subjective, so, but they have a bunch of people voting. So what do you think? When you think of a great comedy movie, what's the first one that comes to mind?
Midnight Run.
Midnight Run, fantastic, not on the list.
Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Step Brothers, Carmen, I agree with you, fantastic as well. Not on the list.
Oh, throw your list away.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop,
Didn't hold up. Not funny.
not on the list.
Life with Eddie Murphy.
No, great movie.
Caddyshack.
Good one.
Yeah.
Caddyshack is number 10. Caddyshack came out in 1980, is number 10, so it's right in the middle of this list. So
Superbad.
think of higher or lower. Superbad, great, not on the list.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Not on the list.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore that they just announced they're going to be making a number 2. It comes in at 15, 1996.
Animal House.
Animal House is, I believe I saw it here somewhere. Hang on. It is
Finally, I figured out.
number 20. Comes in
Okay.
at 20.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters not on the list.
Old school.
Old School, great, not on the list.
Oh,
Friday.
No, not on the list.
Duck
Racist.
Soup.
No, Marx Brothers, not on the list.
Is there any Judd Apatow movies?
No.
Oh.
Really?
That's crazy to me.
Like I said before, there are a lot of older ones that are on here. Some newer ones, some from like 2004. I see one. There's some a lot of 80s, some 70s.
You're telling me a movie list of the funniest movies of all time and a movie from 2024 is on this list?
2004, not 2024.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs comes in at number 14, 1987.
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, 1974, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1.
So good.
Listen, when Blazing Saddles came out, it was great.
Right.
But it doesn't hold up, and it's been out, and you know it, and so it doesn't seem that big. But I guess you have to go back to when it first came out,
Yeah.
how great it was, because there was a lot of,
real
gross
progressive.
humor. There was a lot of racist stuff. There was a lot of this and that people loved and thought was really funny. I shouldn't say racist. I should say race.
Yeah.
Fun at race
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
How I love all the racist jokes.
History of the World Part 1.
No, that is not in here.
Bob Murray weighing in. Hangover.
Hangover, not in here.
Rat
Not on the
Race.
top 20. Is that unbelievable? So number 20 you got was Animal House. Number 19, Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
that's
that's
funny.
such a
Yeah,
good movie.
yeah.
That's very funny. That's very
talking
funny.
about
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yep.
Number 18, The Blues Brothers.
Okay.
Nah.
That was the one I keep forgetting to bring up. I love the Blues Brothers.
Really?
And here's the other thing that I always say when we talk about Blues Brothers. The pitch meeting on that.
Yeah.
Here's two white brothers who look nothing alike. They're adopted, and then they have to go through this whole thing to raise money for their orphanage.
Mission from God.
And they're a band, and they have to go get the other band. But like, who says that's a
Yeah.
great idea for a movie?
Did you see the clip I put out the other day on Instagram? It's the Blues Brothers, and they're standing there, whenever that starts, ba, ba, da, ba, and they're dancing, whatever, but they replaced it with Hot for Teacher, and it goes, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 and they're dancing, and it matches up perfectly. It's awesome.
I love Blues Brothers. I think that's one of the greatest comedies.
They wrecked the most cop cars in any
Yeah.
movie up until that point.
You've got cop tires,
Yep.
cop shocks.
Come on.
Number 17 is great, and I watched this movie so many times that to this day I could probably just do every line in the movie as
Ferris
it goes.
Bueller.
Ferris
Oh,
Bueller's
yeah,
Day Off.
that is good.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is great. Number
Also,
6.
another one I think doesn't hold up.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I watched it
I
recently.
watched
I
it.
didn't.
I watched it over Christmas. I thought it
It
was
annoyed
great.
me.
Still.
Well, but here's the thing about it. It really changed the way comedies were made because it became that character who was cool and had everything figured out. You know what I mean? Like that was the first one out there that you were like, oh, wow, this is crazy. This kid, just everything works out for him. This one, number 16, is one that we talked about the other day because it had one of those long-awaited sequels that didn't
Coming
work
to
out.
America.
Coming to America.
Oh, yeah.
1988 comes in at number
That's a
16.
funny
Great
movie.
one.
Yeah.
Carmen, you got Happy Gilmore, number 15. Spaceballs, we said, number 14. Another movie with space in it, but a different kind of space. Number 13 is
Oh, why do I feel like I know this?
Michael Bolton.
Office Space.
Office
yeah.
Space. Office Space is great.
I love that movie.
Then you have number 12 is The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad that came out in 1988. Movie that Mike Calta claims he has never seen, but
Smokey and
is
the
a
Bandit.
great movie. Not Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh.
The Goonies.
Think about Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I love Goonies. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Planes,
Yeah.
Trains, Automobiles.
I
Steve
have
Martin.
the only part I know is a part of Those Aren't Pillows. That's all I know.
John Candy. It's a great, great movie.
Yeah, it is.
Number 10 we got was Caddyshack. Number 9 is another Mel Brooks movie. Mel Brooks is all over this list, by the
The
way.
Frankenstein movie.
Young Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Number 8 is My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, I do like that
It's
movie.
great. Number 7, you cannot go wrong with this. My in-laws watch this. I don't know why, but for every... well, I do know why. I mean, obviously it makes sense, whatever. But every Christmas we watch it.
National Lampoons.
Vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great. Christmas Vacation, obviously. We
Is
watch.
Tommy Boy
Chris-
on that list?
Tommy Boy not on the list.
Christmas Vacation is a really funny version of that movie.
Christmas Vacation comes in at number 2.
It is good.
Yeah, it is fantastic for sure. We are up to number 6. Number 6 is a guy who was in another movie that's on this list. Very famous comedian, a lot of 80s movies that did very well.
Trading Places.
Trading Places comes in at number 6 from 1983. Number 5 is The Princess Bride,
Oh, yeah.
which is great.
all right.
You are not going to like number 4. I don't think you're going to like
I
number
like
4.
The Princess Bride, but I don't know if I'm necessarily putting that in comedy. And if
Oh,
I am,
sure.
yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe not the greatest, one of the greatest comedies of all time.
Number
Anybody
4,
want to buy a peanut?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Ah.
Not funny.
Comes in at number 4. Number 3, this one really changed movies from 1980 and a lot of sequels and different stuff and different movies that offshoot from this, from the creators of this. Number 3, any guesses?
Breakfast Club.
No.
So, a movie that spoke out other movies.
Slapstick, goofy, puns.
Is it a Three Stooges movie?
No, it's not.
Airplane.
Airplane.
Oh, okay.
1980 Airplane
Gladiator
comes in there.
movies?
Yeah. Number 2 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And number 1, according to Ranker.com, the funniest comedy movie of all time, Blazing Saddles.
I would disagree with that, although that list is better than I thought it was going to be. It's hard for you to name the funniest movie of all time.
Step Brothers is great. I know Carmen loves it. I will tell you the movie that made me laugh harder than any movie and it made me cry and I thought I was going to run out of breath because I was laughing so hard was Kung Pao Enter the
Oh,
Fist.
man, that is a great
It was
movie.
so
Yeah.
great. It was so good. The first time I saw it,
Yeah.
I just couldn't even believe it.
You know what else was really good is Foot Fist Way.
Foot Fist Way is good, but that's
kinda dark. Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird because I remember reading an article about that, and Will Ferrell was a producer on there, and this new guy, Danny McBride and stuff, and I watched it, and I was like, yeah, this is great, but a lot of people aren't going to like this.
Yeah, I have to say I love Midnight Run.
yeah.
Midnight Run is a funny movie that I could watch anytime and laugh at it like I've never seen it
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
They're so funny together. Charles Grodin is so good.
so good.
So worn down by Robert De Niro. I have an idea. Why don't you start the car and I'll get in and run you over? It's
I
just
love
so
when
funny.
he pushes him off the train. See you in the next life, Jack.
Yeah.
And then he
dude.
gets up and he climbs over and comes back and he goes, "Good to see me. Must be the next life, huh?" Oh, just so angry
such a
the
great
entire
movie.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. You can't put me in here. There's no air in here.
There's just every line, every facial tick is just so funny in that movie. I would say that's my favorite, one of my favorite movies, but definitely my favorite comedy.
Yeah.
But I do like The Hangover. I do love Old School, but those are more like in your face. Here's some comedy, laugh at it, stupid. You know. All right. Well, thank you, Galvin, for your list.
Got it.